Virgo, let's clear some smoke. We're going to take a look at the overwhelming energy surrounding you right now regarding energy of cause and effect. So let's see what the divine needs you to know at this time. Divine may have 3 best cards regarding this energy. Ooh, well, too many. They have 3 best cards regarding cause and effect energy for our Virgo right now, please. They came out in reverse. We're dealing with the shadow energies of all of these. So, in the mental space, you have pioneer. The shadow attribute would be compulsive need to keep moving on. Okay. Aimless wandering or aimless, pointless arguing or fighting or working until burnout. At the center, you have king. In the environment and shadow attributes of that energy, excessive feelings of entitlement, rulership without restraint. So that burnout. And then spiritual energy, slave, shadow attribute, giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. Oh, so you're dealing with a bad boss here. It's that energy of burnout. Because the light attribute of pioneer would be passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. So that would be how you came into the workplace or into this arrangement, because you could be a contractor, etc. And initially things were working well. You felt like you had a certain level of autonomy with this situation, but now this person is like turned into a taskmaster of sorts. And they have feelings of entitlement, like how much they pay you for whatever it is that you do for them. And they do not have a sense of time and appropriateness. So they definitely have no issues of reaching out to you. They feel like you're on the clock for them 24/7. And that is not how how the arrangement was made at all. Emails at all times of the day and night, weekends, whatever, just no boundaries, no respect. And then the shadow attribute here of slave, you are surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust, which is how you initially went in. But now you've given your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. So whatever's going on, they may be a huge part of your workload or however it is, and you have to keep things going and smooth with this person. And it looks like maybe they're taking advantage of that, knowing that, okay? Because maybe they're your biggest client, or, the salary that you earn is really big right now. And considering what's going on with the job market right now, this is not the time to just be, walking away from the type of financial opportunity or resources that you earn here. So it's interesting. So, okay, let's get into the details. Whoops. Okay. And hence that frog in my throat that was coming out. Like, that's probably how you feel. Like, you need to. It's not an issue. Let's get this out. It's not an issue of you not wanting to speak up for yourself, but you also know that you're in a position where speaking up for yourself, especially with the person that's working in shadow energy of king, could cause you a lot of unnecessary ripple effects that you don't want to deal with. Especially if you're a consultant or personal, a private contractor, etc. This person they probably seem to others a fine, upstanding person, a hard worker, etc., and that's what people know. This is the mask that they wear, but nobody really understands how this person is behind the scenes unless you work with them. But their reputation may be just stellar, and if they make any statement about you or your work ethic, etc., just even a small hint that you were dissatisfactory, it can cause all types of, again, ripple effects that you don't want to deal with. So let's see, Scorpio. That's the best message, just example of the energy that's coming in. Bad bosses. So let's see. Hierophant. 4 more cards, please. Actually, 5 more cards to burn. 5 of Swords. Three of Cups in reverse. Chariot. Hangman. Okay, so this is the vice versa deck. So not only will the reversals be a story, but it's also this light and shadow energy of this deck too. So see why it was called on. Okay, and as well as this archetype deck too. So starting out, the Hierophant is here. This is how you held this person. You really, really wanted to work with this person. And this person is highly sought after, okay, to work with or be a part of, like working for them. It'd be kind of like doing the Miranda Priestley energy, like working here for a year with this person, surviving this person will open doors for you everywhere, in terms of what you want to move forward within your career, in your career path. But you have the 5 of Swords and then the 3 of Swords. This person is a tyrant, okay? It is their way or no way. They smile, but behind the smile, the fangs are out, and they're always drawing blood. It's never enough. They keep you on complete edge. What will be considered, because you hold yourself to a high standard. This is how you even achieved being a consultant or a private contractor. Writing your own checks, if you will, is the level of the standard at which you hold yourself, and your expectations and standards are high. And you already push yourself to the limit in terms of how you work, and then having someone else really have their foot on your back and in your back all the time is just ridiculous. Again, because this person doesn't have any boundaries. They do pay extremely well, but you didn't know it was because of the fact that you were going to be abused in the process, that this was going to be such a toxic situation. 3 of Cups in the reverse. And in the shadow energy. And this is the morale of the people that work around them. Like they treat everyone like that. Everybody, Now they may be the type of boss that does give out great rewards, bonuses, and everything else. But again, they pale in comparison of how you're treated in the process of it. The Chariot moving forward is what you really want to do, is kind of like skip out, find a way or a loophole to get out of this contract. But you do have terms of service. You do need to meet them, and you have contracted yourself for a certain amount of time. If you do anything, you'd be in breach, and it could be detrimental again to your references and everything moving forward. Not to mention, if this person decides to start, planning false narratives, it would be really ugly for you. So right now, you're in a space of where you're hanging tight, and trying to tap in with the divine, because this is in the light energy of this. So you understand what you've gotten yourself into. You understand where you are, okay? But right about now, you're frozen, because really the old you would have gone a very different direction, Virgo, and you really don't mind tangling with this person. But at the same time, you as well must keep your reputation intact, and it only takes one false move or one false step, and you're falling off the side of the cliff with no parachute, and you don't want that. The 9 of Cups is here. You have to remain focused. The divine has asked you to remain focused and finish out your contract with this person. If you can work in ways of which, if you have the abilities to be out of their line of sight as much as possible, like if you have clauses where it's like, okay, if I want to work away from the office, I can. They can ask you to do certain things, whatever else, but review your contract. Here's what I'm hearing. Review your contract. Go over it with a fine-tooth comb. Also, perhaps consult your attorney if you have that, and have guys go over things in case you do find that you need to really, it's just too toxic for you. Also start with documenting things. This will give you a somewhere to stand. Okay, a safe place to stand. The truth is the only safe place to stand on anyway. So begin to document this information, because it's really beginning to ramp up now for some reason. Like at first it was tolerable. I mean, people, maybe it was a stressful situation that you initially came on during anyway, and so you just let a lot of that slide. But now that things have kind of stabilized, this person is now just still like this, or they're getting worse. And you realize they are in fact the source of this issue that you were even called in to help rectify. So now you have to start thinking about how to protect yourself, okay? And how, if necessary, you can find a way to exit without it being anything going on. All right, so let's see what the divine wants you to know here in terms of the personal effects. Okay, so we have Strength in reverse, Five of Pentacles in reverse, both in shadow. Six of Cups in reverse, in shadow. Two of Cups reverse, light. Six of Wands reverse, delayed victory there. And yeah, see, World card upright in the light. Okay, it's gonna be cool, but and then we have Three of Wands in the light. Okay, so you need to play nice. Okay, you're gonna have to placate this bully for now, again, until you get your ducks in a row and know exactly how you can move without having your reputation or anything else come under fire by this person. You're going to have to beat them at their game. The eight of Wands. That's just, well, effective communication is going to be really important. Okay, but the Strength card in reverse in shadow energy, and then we also have the Five of Pentacles in reverse in shadow energy. As much as possible, you're going to have to bite your tongue and mind your manners, and especially check your body language with this person. Okay, the rolling of the eyes, the shifting of the body, or whatever the case may be, you're really going to have to put on the poker face with this person, okay? Because 80% of what we can say at time can be nonverbal. And this person does do things in order to evoke a response or a reaction in people. They know what they're looking for. So they really do, because they know in this arena that you guys are in, that people they try to keep a poker's face, a resting bitch face, if you will, to keep people like, I can't look like this. You can't come across my face. My countenance must remain bland, but the body is always going to tell the truth. Okay. You don't want to tell me anything, but you're showing me everything. And so you really have to remain, get into a situation, like if you can begin to test yourself, like watch certain things that are complete polar opposites of your belief or your belief systems or what you want, and train yourself not to move in a certain way. Okay. Not to respond to it in your body. Okay. You're going to have to train up. Okay. And furthermore, it's going to make you better moving forward anyway, because if they can't read you, they can't move. They can't make any moves against you. Okay. You got to be able to surprise your enemy. Now, with the Five of Pentacles in reverse, clarifying this Five of Swords upright, and fives are about conflict, change, and expansion. It is not, you can't just tuck tail and run here. But again, you do need to get an extra strategy together in case this contract cannot go through. You have to have everything in a row, begin to build the file. Okay, and absolutely do it outside of the office. None of your colleagues can be trusted. These people are his team, and they're loyal to him. Okay, and more than likely, some of them are going to be spying on you or trying to, it might be a woman here. So they're loyal to them. Seems important to say. But again, these people are going to, if there are this person's team, they're this person's team. They're not in it for you. No matter how wonderful they're coming to, no matter how sweet they are, no matter how, well, let's go have cocktails. No, you have your own set of friends and everything. You have a professional standard, and you don't mix business and pleasure. It's just not done. Unless it's a mandatory event that you must attend, a networking event, something like that. You do not build any personal relationships with anyone in the office as long as you are under contract here. Okay? Because again, just, eyes in the sky, watching everything. Just work from the air, that there's a camera on you and there's a mic on. The mic is hot and it is on at all times. No emails, no. If you get some like little trigger, but can you believe how they're acting today? Put that in the junk box. Okay, do not respond to those type of emails because again, no. Even if you want to, no. And especially especially for the messages coming through for the person who initially brought you in and showed you the ropes. They are not to be trusted with any personal feelings or information you have in regards to your work environment. Do not confide in this person. They are not for confessional. Buy a dog, get a turtle, go to Jesus. It's all three of them. But do not talk to that person. And they may treat that person completely trash, but that's a ruse. That's a ruse. Okay. Now, this Six of Cups in reverse with this Two of Cups in reverse. They're going to probably want to extend your contract or renew the contract because of the level of work that you do. Do not, obviously. And they're probably going to try to come in with more money, a lot more money. No, it's not going to be worth it. Okay. So you going overseas or some shit. I don't know. You want to take time off to be with your mama or go walk about with the Crocodile Dundee. Who knows? But no, the Two of Cups in reverse is where you would then be able to get back into alignment with what you want. You're more than likely going to have to take some time off anyway to detox from this situation. It looks like perhaps maybe the contract is coming to end here pretty soon, maybe in the next quarter or so before the fall. But right about now, you are in a place of where you'd rather die first. Not literally, but you just rather, you're tired of falling on the store. You're tired of, hearing your notifications. It's nonstop. It is nonstop. And this person may have been inappropriate with you in some type of way. And when you were not receptive or you did not return energy towards this person, then they really ramped up and started going real wild. Okay, but again, they're so up and down. This is a game that they play because they have a position of power and they're abusing it. The Six of Wands in reverse, your victory will be had here. It's just delayed a little bit longer. And then the new cycle will begin and you'll come out on top. You'll come out with your work being lauded by this person because it can't be anything other than that because it has been stellar. It has been perfect. You've been taking it out, your anger and your frustration by making sure that everything is exactly as this person wants it to be. So when it comes to your professionalism and your work, they don't have any problem with that. It's some type of personal issue, and it's really because of the fact I think it feels like you just see through them, dear Virgo, and you let them know like no, and they know they can't push you and everything else, but they need you. It's like this real interesting, like you have power in this situation more than you think. Okay. But right now you've been so overwhelmed with how they've been treating you. That's how they're getting you off the path. That's how they're distracting you from the level of power you really exert. Because without you, whatever you came in to do or correct or stabilize, it wouldn't have happened. You're heading all of that up. But the way that they're treating you, they're trying to make you seem like you're beneath them, is some type of power play. And they just don't, and again, however you approach them however they approached you about something personal, you were professional, you handled it really, really well, to the point that they could not do anything other than respect it. And that pissed them off because they're used to getting what they want or people kowtowing to them. Okay. But they respected you more, which pissed them off more. Okay. So you just too damn good. Virgo energy all across the board here. Virgo out here doing Virgo things. So let's see. Oh, there we go. Divine guidance moving forward. Sun in reverse. Yeah. Because once you go back, when you consider everything that's been offered to you here in terms of a way to look at things, insight, clarity, your whole energy is going to shift. And you'll probably move as you normally would be, unbothered. Because you've been bothered. But it's just really been because this person has just been so fake and phony. And you're like, oh, how did I get myself into this? Ace of Pentacles, there we go. Temperance. And then the Seven of Pentacles, yeah. You just really are like pissed off that this person just they slid by your radar. It's like, this is ugh. And everything you heard about this person was, you knew that they were tough, right? But you didn't think that they were this. But that's how they distracted you. Okay. They're good at it. They're really, really good at it, and it covers over other things, because if people really live in fear of you, they will not know how inept you are. Because some of the things where they've answered you or sent certain things back, and you're like, you can't be this stupid. Are you? Is this? And you took it in like, are they trying to test me? No, they really that dumb. They stupid. They're dumb. And you're like, you're not that. Didn't you? How did you even? And you took it as maybe they're trying to test you or something like. And no, they really slow. They're really not that bright. Not no nope nope nope. The sun card in reverse. Now that you have your plan, remember that task of making sure you just appear as stoic as possible, unbothered, unflinching, professional, courteous, polite, cordial, pleasant, professional. Temperance and the Ace of Pentacles. Once you even out and you find the middle ground to finish out your contract, you'll have a so many opportunities. Matter of fact, somebody already has their eye on you anyway, and they'll be like, how did you even survive that person? And you'll just, as you'll do a Virgo way, you'll just say, you know what, it was a test, but it made me better. Just really, it really made me better. And then the tongue in cheek will be, and it also made me clear on, I definitely want to make sure that I continue to work for myself on a contract basis. And y'all share that little inside joke, because that person that you're gonna move towards, or that's moving towards you, getting your next contract together, they already got their eye on you. Yeah, they know. They know. Okay. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles. Keep putting in the work. And again, it feels like it's all those opportunities. You will see the fruits of your labor, because next is the Eight of Pentacles. You will see it multiply. Right now, things are in the shadow. It's like it's murky, it's cloudy. He's like, oh, but your work ethic will never fail you. Your professionalism will never fail you. That is your armor. That is your sword and shield. Utilize it. No one gets it done like you do. That's what they know. And, and shift that power dynamic. Okay? You can do it. You can do it. If anybody can do it, Virgo can fucking do it. Okay? All right. So I appreciate you, my dear Virgo. Hope the session was of help to you. Remember that back then is not now. Always be in harmony with your surroundings. Stay sucker free. Hope to see you again.